Hello, everybody. I wanted to show these so that way, Brooke, whenever you see this, you can see them. This is one of the resin earrings I was talking about. I've got those hanging on my lamp. But the other pieces, I haven't even had a chance to assemble yet, because I'm pretty sure that these moons right here, they have a hole in the top and a hole in the bottom. And I think they have the hole in the bottom because these are supposed to be put in the bottom. So there's the little stars. I've got, none of these have crystals in them or anything. They're just the glitter and stuff. And I have to use these big eyelet things because I don't have any small ones. I've got two of these. They've got their holes. And I've got two of these. So I'm trying to do all of these as earrings. But once again, because of the chubby stubbiness of my fingers and not having, the right tools, I've been having trouble. I mean, it was really difficult for me just to get the sun ones done that I just showed. But the only drawback that I can think of with those is they're awfully pokey because of the way the ends are, the tips. So the only way you could wear them probably comfortably is wear your hair back like this maybe, and even wear it up so your hair's not getting caught on it, because then it's kind of jabs it in your neck and it's just uncomfortable. It's not anything major. Glad I finally caught a live today of yours. Knocked over a bunch of stuff here trying to set it back up. I talked to Norma. She's probably in the Golden Girls restaurant right now in New York, if they haven't already finished and walked home. Because apparently they had to take the they had to take the train a certain distance to get to it, I guess. Because of where it is, because it's in Manhattan. Now I'm knocking even more stuff over. Boy, I'm doing good. Golly crap. I just heard my phone go off, so I don't know what that is. But, if you can't get on right now, hon, it's okay. Don't even worry about it. You just watch this when you can. But I wanted to do a reveal of some of the pieces that I got done. And the sun ones still need some filing down because I overfilled the molds. And so when I couldn't do anything, I had to wait until they dried and solidified the resin, and then when I was able to safely pluck them, peel them, or whatever out of the molds. And I've got a set of the goddess molds down there that hopefully will be done if they're not already. Maria's not coming back until tomorrow, I guess. Something about 10:40 at night is one of the times we've been given. Now we're here at 2:00 in the morning, and so I wish they would make up their minds, because we don't want to be there at the wrong time to get her and she's not there. But I told her, I said, sweetie, I said, just call us, if nothing else, call us and make sure that we're on. That we not we're on, but that we hear, that we know you're there, so that we can go get her. I'm sure she will. She got me a 5 pack of candles from this Otherland shop today, and she just wasn't going to be happy until I got a picture of them. So, and then I think she got herself one candle, and this is sort of, my Christmas gift from her, and it's also a thank you, for taking care of her babies since, for the time that she's been gone and everything. So I will enjoy them for sure. And once they're all burned down and the candle's gone, you know me, I keep the containers and refill them with other wax. Make them candles again. So right now dinner is still, I guess, cooking and whatever, and I haven't gone downstairs and really spent any time with her cats down there. So after dinner, I probably will do that, go sit down there for a few hours, to give them some company, because I already got their litter box cleaned out, already got them fed and watered, so that's all taken care of. But yeah, I'm anxious to get my parcel. I hope it gets here soon, because this is Thursday. Tomorrow, officially, it'll be a week since it was shipped, and I know you said it could take a week or two, but I'm anxious, and I'm sure you understand that. Just being able to hear where it is and how far away is a comfort, knowing that it is coming, and maybe get a guesstimation of what date and time to make sure one of us is here at least, to get it. So, don't grow legs and walk off, because then I'm going to go off. And around this neighborhood, package like that, some of these dope heads around here see it, it'd be gone. But at least I was finally able to make it on another live for you, of yours, with the TikTok. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, I guess we're doing okay, and just another typical day at home, boring, uneventful, mundane, routine, the whole nine, it's like, it's just ridiculous. But anyway, I don't know how long this one's going to be, because, we're going to be eating here soon and everything, but I just wanted to show you one of the earrings, so you at least got an idea of what they both look like, because they both look the exact same. And as far as assembling the other pieces, I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that, because you only get so many links that comes with the molds. Let me tell you about my best friend. And there's Maria now. She more than a best friend. She ain't never let me down. She always been around. She cut my head up when I was messing with these. Yeah. I bet. Yeah. Wow. Good. Good. Yay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, that's good. Oh, wow. Dry. Better. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I figure it may have been better and dry. Yeah. Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, I kind of figured. Yeah, I don't blame you. Oh yeah, I do. I do. You know me, I always love candles. Are you kidding? Yeah, I know. And it's from New York. So I'm like, yay! I'm glad that it's from New York. Yes, I saw them. Yes, I got the pictures. Yep. They're very, very pretty. Yep. Yeah, I do. Oh, good. Okay. Okay. Oh, are you? Oh, you're at the tree. Oh, wow. Oh, I've always wanted to see that tree in person. I believe it. I believe it. Yeah. Oh, I bet. I bet. Yeah, for sure. That'd be a lot of fun. Oh, yeah, I know I would. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Uh-huh. Ah, that makes sense. Yeah. Yep. Good. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. Um. Okay. Well, at least you're there and you're having fun. I don't. Oh yeah, yeah, and that's the important thing. Uh huh. Right. Yeah. You. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah. Yeah. Pork tenderloin, and I'm not sure what else. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Oh, okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh. Uh-huh. Oh, I figured you would. Yeah. Oh.
She just took us here.
Oh, okay.
Make sure we got here. That's all.
Gotcha.
So that's all I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Big muggy tree. Nina took that tree. She took a picture of it. I think you got it. I think she sent me the picture. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure the pictures are on my phone, so I'm not worried. I said I'm sure the pictures are on my phone, so I'm not worried.
Well, I got two of mine, so
Yeah.
and stuff. But I'll be on my way to bus tomorrow morning. I have to be in the bus around 8.
Yeah.
I don't arrive till about 10 or 11. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think the time was 10:40 p.m. was supposed to be one of the original.
I know. Until Margaret got that text message saying it would change to different.
Yeah. Well, I got to go, hun, because we're eating dinner and stuff. Okay? What? Who is who?
Thank you. I love it. And I drank all the wine. 11:02. Did she just? Oh, you still at work?
Honey, Sissy, I got to go.
Mine was really,
Maria,
it was,
I got to go, hun, because we're eating dinner and I can't eat and talk. All right. Okay. Love you. Bye.
I'm sorry, I got a late start. And I had to cook the pork tenderloin longer
Yeah.
because it was still partially frozen.
Royce beat me on the last one. I am not losing the gym.
Forgive the background noise. He's Chris is turning on the news and stuff.
For 2 full years. And what makes this the biggest event of the year?
For this meal, we thank you now as it sustains us. Please allow your blessings on these gifts in us as we will so mote it be.
No hassle estimate, so you can decide what's right for you. Thank you, Columbus.
Big news! DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Ohio. You know what that means? You'll be so dialed into every play that you forget to eat your wings. You made my wings cold, DraftKings.
Somebody fell off while I was cooking.
You can disrupt the free throw.
Welcome to dinner. I hope you don't mind. You're watching me eat.
Download the app now and bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Action so good.
Oh.
Anywhere else.
And I'm making a mess already because I'm dumping it in my lap. I'm doing good.
$79 furnace tune-up. Why? Because your furnace will heat your home better and lower your heating costs. Make the call. Trust your furnace to a 10-star dealer, American Air Heating and Cooling, and start saving money today.
Be careful if you're looking for a new job. Fake postings are popping up on reputable sites, and they could cost you.
He was out over $10,000.
What you should do before giving any employer your information. Watch Better Call 4 next.
Ugh.
President Joe Biden says he will travel to El Paso,
Messy.
Texas Sunday. The trip will be his first time to the southern border as president.
Pork tenderloin and mashed taters. The pork tenderloin's got bacon bits, I think, on it.
To strengthen border control while expanding legal pathways to the U.S. NBC4 Washington correspondent Anna Wernicke is in Washington with more.
The Biden administration is launching new rules to promote
This was a new one
migration
of the
and
Smithfields
punish
that I haven't seen
anyone
there.
who tries to cross the border illegally.
We can't stop people from making the journey, but we can require them to come here, that they come here in an orderly way under U.S. law.
Thursday, President Biden said he's expanding a parole program to accept up to 30,000 migrants per month from Cuba, Haiti, Nicaragua, and Venezuela.
This new process is orderly, it's safe, and it's humane.
The announcement comes after weeks of Republicans pressuring the president to act.
The Biden policies have made the Border Patrol the welcoming committee now.
Republicans say border agents are on the verge of losing control of the border. To make sure that doesn't happen, once Title 42 ends, the administration will return to enforcing Title 8, which expels migrants without a legal basis to remain in the country and bans them from seeking re-entry for 5 years.
Let me be clear.
Title 42 or not, the border is not open.
DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas says DHS is already implementing the new measures, but Texas Republican Senator John Cornyn says it's not enough.
Secretary Mayorkas thinks the border is secure, but anybody with eyes in their head and ears to hear can see and hear that that's not the case.
In Washington, I'm Anna
I hear you there, bud. I hear you there. That would indeed be nice. One of my subs is on.
His administration requested to ramp up border security and add more immigration judges.
One of my friends. So I was just talking to him.
The murders of 4 University of Idaho students appear in court today. What charges the suspect will face?
Do you know someone who is struggling but thinks that they should work out their own problems? Like getting professional counseling should be a last resort. Learn how you can help someone in crisis by visiting ohiospf.org.
Dive into a summer experience at the all-new Progressive Cleveland Boat Show. It's more than 400 power and sailboats and 300 accessory exhibits. It's fishing in the tropical pond and all new interactive kids zone.
See, we only have small pieces like that around.
And I'm having trouble cutting it because it's so thick.
Be immersed in summer fun. January 12th through the 15th at the IX Center. For show information and discount tickets, go to clevelandboatshow.com.
And I'm trying not to dump it off my lap. So sorry if we're making you hungry. This is probably awkward, watching somebody eat, but
The passion they have, the confidence, knowing they could.
one of them things, I guess.
Second to none. That should have come long before.
For every diagnosis, for every heart, for every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic. If you've been diagnosed with a heart condition, call 833-530-CARE.
They say less is more, but we believe more is more. That's why we built our sportsbook
Nose
in
itching.
Ohio with more.
You did not finish all of that, Bella.
More ways to fund your account. More ways to cash in.
We'll finish your
Many
meat.
ways to cash out. With payouts delivered straight to your bank account in as little as 2 hours. FanDuel is now available in Ohio. New customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed.
If you're like most people struggling with diet-resistant fat, then it's time to call Sono Bello to remove it permanently and in just one visit.
They struggled with body fat for years. With Sono Bello, day one. All my
I hear you, hun.
body fat gone.
I would have never comfortably worn a dress like this. My stomach is now super flat. I feel amazing.
I went from a size 10 to a size 7.
It's just the two of us on here right now, so. Well, meaning me and you.
Use micro laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently and in just one visit.
I have one big regret.
Michael's doing okay.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation.
He's,
to find out how you can get $250 off.
He's needing some
972-715.
letters of support and stuff from friends and family. And
someone who is struggling but just won't
the more the better.
help because
And
find out.
also,
Learn how you can help someone in crisis by visiting ohiospf.org.
he needs, we're gonna try and get some signatures from some places around here where he could maybe get a job. But the main thing is we're trying to put as much positive stuff in the face of the new judge as we can. And the bonus is I've been doing a lot of magic lately. I've been praying to Hecate a lot and different gods and goddesses, asking for their help. And
It seems like a good place to start, but that search could lead you to
the guy that is going to be taking over for Judge February 8th, I think Michael said, is an attorney that Michael had before. And so the attorney knows Michael. And we're hoping that they won't give any trouble, and try to, not allow it because he knows Michael.
There's nothing they can do. He was out over $10,000.
But he needs people, he needs letters from people saying, and addresses and names.
after accepting
of
a
places that he
job
has to
with what
stay
thought was never
and live
the
and everything when he gets out.
posted on the popular employment
But where
platform
he's actually
Indeed.
going
The
to
person
try
he
and
was doing FaceTime
stay for at least the time
calls
being
with
until he
that
can
did the interviews,
get some money
they
saved
actually
up for an
had him
apartment.
doing tasks every day. They sent him money to deposit in his checking account, which then
Is
they
with my
had
mom.
him send to someone else to get
And I don't know if she's going to be okay with that or not.
computer and stuff for at home.
Lantizer
And
says
what's
her
worse
family
is if
member
Carl
began
finds
to
out,
settle into his new role,
it could cause a problem.
providing personal and financial information to
Because
his
mom won't let him
employer.
move in
The
there.
messages, phone, and FaceTime
They don't
calls
get
between
along.
them went on for
And
weeks.
Then all of a sudden, everything went dead.
And
Carl's
just as
already been there
quickly,
like 2
Lantizer
weeks,
says,
you know, or something,
thousands of
maybe even
dollars
going
were
on 3 by now.
withdrawn from his bank account. They immediately reached out to both
So
Navergy and Indeed, and their suspicions were confirmed.
there's
It was a scam.
There's a lot.
People hid behind a global corporation.
Lantizer and her family member went to Columbus police and to the bank, but were told nothing could be done.
Unfortunately, the people getting
Well, that's fine,
are
hun.
little guys, and this person just certainly didn't deserve what he got.
And
Like I
he
said, we
isn't
mostly
the
we
only
just
one.
need
Around the time I spoke with Lantizer,
names and addresses of
Columbus
people
police sent
saying
this news release
he has a
about
place to live.
scams targeting
Okay,
Columbus
that's all.
residents. One of them, fraudulent ads on websites
Where he's
like
actually going to end up
Indeed.com.
once
I
he gets
asked
out and
CPD's economic crime
everything, I
unit
really
about
don't know.
the scam and what can be done for victims. Sergeant
But I'm
Chris
trying to
Barnes
talk
says
kind of low
anyone
because
impacted should
Chris is trying to
report it
watch the news.
police. But the only true way to protect yourself from these fraudsters is to stop the scheme at the start.
I think everybody feels their hands are tied. They don't know, how to find who's doing it.
And unfortunately, lawmakers and the Better Business Bureau, which tracks scams, tell me it is difficult to track down these scammers, so it is on you to protect yourself. Even if you do find a job posting on a legitimate website, the BBB suggests going directly to the source, looking up a phone number or an email address for the company, inquire yourself to make sure it's real, and if a potential employer reaches out to you,
My
check
phone's
that
going
email
stupid
address
for
because
some
it
reason.
should include the company's name in it. Now, remember, if you need help or you feel like you aren't being heard, then you better call 4 at 614-212-4444. You can also visit our website, nbc4i.com/bettercall4, and tune in every Tuesday and Thursday evening at 5:45 to watch Better Call 4.
Now,
Wow.
Storm Team 4 with Central Ohio's most accurate forecast.
It's pictures from New York. That's what it is.
Blue Jackets are playing tonight at the Capitals. Big game for the Buckeyes. Number 1, Purdue coming into town.
Yep.
So a lot of people heading out in their cars and getting out in town right now. The travel conditions may be okay.
Yeah, and I'm recommending probably throw the umbrella in the car anyway because we're getting light.
Pictures
rain
of the,
and everything. We'll see a little bit of a
Golden
wintry
Girl.
mix later on tonight, but won't have any travel problems. So I think we're going to do
Stuff from the Golden Girl.
The woods are still pretty warm. We've had 9 straight days now above average temperatures. We may break that stream tomorrow, but 47, still 10 degrees above normal, but also 14 degrees cooler than yesterday.
I'll let him know that,
And
sweetie.
34
And, you
was
know,
only 3 degrees shy of our average high. So we're still doing pretty well. Window Nation Tower came review.
Um,
Live look over downtown Columbus. Visibility a little lower than it was. Cloudy skies, getting sprinkles.
tell you what you
here
do,
and
sweety.
there. Southwest wind
Just send the letter to me, okay? Send it to us, and we'll hold on to it, and we'll get it to the judge somehow, okay? Because right now I honestly don't have an address that I can give you to send it to, other than our address, and then we'll make sure it gets to the judge and everything. Because the judge isn't taking over until February 8th anyway, and that's the day before Michael's birthday. My birthday's Monday, January 9th.
Hit and miss, but it's all part of the slowly moving storm that was a blizzard in the upper Midwest. Just kind of spun for several days. Now beginning to dip to the south, so that's going to drag some cold air with it. And you can see the clouds filling in after
So,
an okay afternoon. We had a little bit of sun earlier, and the rain snow changeover occurs west.
I will go ahead and type our address in here, and then once you get it written down,
Kenton, still almost 50 at Piketon. But either way, these temperatures are still very, very mild for this time of year. But we'll
okay,
be down
yeah, I
there
can do
Thursday
that
in the
too.
morning. The ground is
See
warm.
if Michael can, as a backup option, send you a letter.
The Columbus area around daybreak. So light showers beginning to mix with a few snowflakes closer to midnight. 42 at 7 o'clock, down to 36. You see our pinpoint forecast. Pretty good coverage of showers early tonight, and then
but I don't know, like, if he has any
blue indicating flurries.
like actual postage stamps or anything to send a letter out, but
a few snowflakes in the air.
hopefully he does.
Pretty thick though, so temperatures tomorrow will actually stay in the
Because I don't
30s.
remember like what kind of job he's working right now in there,
since the
and
Arctic blast during
how much he
Christmas.
gets paid,
So 38 tomorrow, down to 30 Saturday
what he
morning.
usually uses
Next
the money on,
showers
you
will
know,
come
and
in
stuff like
later
that.
Sunday looks pretty light, but a string of 40s again. We don't see cold air.
This is
even
my son in
seasonal cold
Cleveland,
air until
Ohio.
at the earliest the middle of next week.
Well, I guess it had to happen sometime. All right, Ben, thank you. The suspect in the murders of 4 University of Idaho students appeared in court for the first time since being extradited from Pennsylvania.
Judge announced
Oy
5
vey.
charges against Brian Koberger, 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1
Man,
count of
this
burglary.
meat is so
The only
thick.
time he spoke was when the
Jeepers.
judge asked if he understood his rights and charges, answering yes. Koberger was also denied bond and was issued a no-contact order between him and the victim's family members. He is being represented by a public defender. The pre-trial hearing set for January 12th. The oldest person in America at the age of 115 has passed away. Bessie Hendricks was born in 1907, and she was named the oldest person in the U.S. in January of 2022. This video of her from 110th birthday, where she said the secret to a long life is hard work. Memorial arrangements have not been announced. The title of the oldest person living in America now belongs to 114-year-old Edie Ciccarelli.
Well, after the break, support continues as DeMar Hamlin is still recovering in the hospital. How a New Jersey artist paid tribute to Hamlin. Next.
You wouldn't settle for just part of an umbrella or half a tent. And you wouldn't protect just one ear. But if you haven't gotten the updated booster, you're only partly protected from COVID-19. It works
Oh,
great
okay.
against the Lakes variant.
Yeah, Michael still likes his games.
That's especially important if you're over 65, like me. Get the new booster and get fully protected.
The story of a country line dancer who gave her pain the boot. This is Shelley. Once I start dancing, I forget where I am. So what was tripping her up? Foot pain, knee pain, and back pain. Then she got fitted for Good Feet Arch Sports. It was magical. I knew, oh my gosh, this is what I need to stay on the dance floor. And stay there, Shelley does. That's my happy place. I'm not going to stop. Step in for your free fitting at the Good Feet store.
Let's see.
We're bringing you the most
We've seen the newest Jurassic Park
Sportsbook app. Wager from anywhere or in person at our sportsbooks.
not too long ago.
Live at Hollywood Casino, Columbus and Toledo, or Hollywood Gaming Dayton and Mahoney Valley. Plus, play the hottest new games. Download the Barstool Sportsbook app, sign up, and wager to get up to $1,000.
Getting stuff all over me.
Plus, get up to $1,000 my cash when you sign up and wager in person. Play from anywhere and get up to $2,000. The choice is yours.
Ghost Pepper Wings, here we come.
We've got a couple of series
It is Ghost Pepper Wings.
that we like.
Those are more flavorful and spicy. Things aren't always as they seem.
Carnival Row.
Valpak is coming to your mailbox soon, and you don't want to
Still haven't seen Avatar 2.
Will be filled with savings on the goods and services you love, and it might just have a $100 check inside. Don't miss out on the great savings with Valpak.
Another series I found that I really like
So it's not just the individual coming in.
is called, I think, The Discovery of Witches.
Person with Crohn's disease.
It's pretty
This
cool.
is a father. This is somebody's child. This
I don't
is
know
somebody who loves running and wants to get back to it.
when we're going to be able to see the next season of that.
People heal. I'm Dr. Ellen Bailey, and I'm a colorectal surgeon at Mount Carmel.
I think Chris said he's got it on hold or something at the library, but we're part of a long line of others, I'm sure, that want to
With WeatherTech's laser measured cargo light,
watch it also.
protectors, and floor liners. And to secure your phone, don't forget the cup phone. Order yours today at WeatherTech.com.
the ultimate protection for your vehicle.
But no, these series they're not.
Great story. An artist in New Jersey paid tribute to Buffalo Bills' DeMar Hamlin with a portrait after Hamlin suffered cardiac arrest and collapsed during the Monday night game versus the Bengals.
Yeah, I haven't seen Evil Dead Rising.
Paints and paintbrushes. Dylan Sadiq's preferred medium is Rubik's Cube. So he also is known as the College Ruber. According to, he recorded this time-lapse video showing him building the artwork in his studio. He says a typical mosaic takes him 3 hours to complete. He's a fan of the Bills, but he also creates images of athletes from all sports teams and leagues.
That is incredible.
That's impressive.
And of course, the great news today, Hamlin is awake.
Yeah.
He's been communicating with his doctors via a dry erase board. He hasn't been able to speak yet. He's still intubated, but there are signs that are so much more positive than we were fearing.
And to think it started Monday night, here we are on a Thursday evening. He's made this much progress in that short amount of time. The doctor said
I'm sure it is wild.
Been incredible, his friends, and then of course fans and supporters. So I'm sure that that's really uplifting as
It's
well.
been something for everyone
Yeah.
to feel good about today.
Absolutely.
We all need that.
Yeah.
Local coverage continues next on NBC4 at 6. Colin?
And coming up at 6, day 2 of major bus route changes for Columbus City Schools, what the district is saying about the delays from yesterday. Also, we have newly released Columbus crime statistics for 2022. Why city officials say the data shows progress in some areas compared to previous years. Plus, Governor Mike DeWine goes against his own party in vetoing the bill involving flavored tobacco products. Now, the governor's decision
Done
will
yet?
allow cities to set their own rules on smoking and vaping. Those stories and your most accurate forecast in 2
This is
minutes.
just my Phoenix bottle, and I've got my vessels and some of my vessels in the bottom. They're bespelled crystals and stuff. Sorry, TV's distracting. You could do it on desktop. You could do it with the desktop, sweetie. I don't think it's mandatory that you have a laptop to do YouTube. I just happen to use laptop for mine because this is a Chromebook that my friend Norma in New York right now got me a while back. And
Eagle and Gecko, you don't just earn perks, you earn my perks. A whole new world of perks is waiting.
I use this for a lot of my live streams. I also have a YouTube channel under Janelle, Janell Mabius. Excuse me, but I've been having trouble getting into that one. It's on my other laptop, what I call my main laptop. And sometimes you have to go through a bunch of BS to sign in and this and that. So I was like, you know what? As much as I'd like to be able to do videos on that as well, I'm just focusing on doing it on this one for now because until I can get that other one sorted, I don't want to mess with it because I don't want to bother Chris with it. Even though he's the computer tech, he's going to know how to do stuff, better than me, how to fix stuff or whatever.
Local for you. NBC4 at 6 starts now.
Governor Mike DeWine rejected a bill
Well, that part of it is the challenge is what do you make videos about, there's so many out there. There's countless ones I can't even begin to talk about or tell you, but me, right now I've been mostly doing, just as you see here, like I try to do extra things once in a while, like make it more interesting and everything by doing tarot card readings or getting out my
Well, Colleen, the governor says the case against this bill
my
is just too big to
dowsing
ignore,
rods
saying we
to
know
see
the
if spirits are
long-term
around, which I
consequences
know
of
they
tobacco.
are.
As you mentioned, House Bill 513
I talk about what I'm passionate about, some of the things I like, some of the things that I'm interested in, that I'm into, the fact that I'm a witch, and that I'm also Wiccan. So it does become a challenge to, keep good content on a regular basis. Because, I mean, I don't even consider what I have.
Just in the past 30 days. And DeWine even suggested a statewide ban on flavored tobacco and e-cigarettes would make sense.
Generally makes sense to have uniformity in regard to the sale of
But yeah,
products.
I don't think that my videos are all that great, but I'm grateful for everybody that, friends and family that have joined my channel. It means a lot, but I just don't think that there's ever going to be a chance that I'm going to get 1,000 followers plus. Because if I got 1,000 followers plus, then I could start getting monetary donations, and I'm lucky to have a handful of followers. So, and I am on TikTok as well. I'm under there at Janet Mabius, I think it's something like that. But just let me know it's you. Like, if you can, work your first name into when you go to follow me, and then I'll follow you back. Haven't been able to do a lot with it, because I just don't have the skills and stuff that a lot of other people on TikTok do. That they do all kinds of cool stuff on there. I mean, I've been lucky to figure out the little bit that I have. I would like to get me a shop going, but I don't have nowhere near enough product. All the product that I have right now is resin pieces. Here, babe, I think I'm done with this. It's too thick. I don't think I'm full. I don't think I can eat anymore. Like, for instance, let me get these off of here so you can see them. This is what I mean by resin pieces. This is a pair of earrings that I just did, and they've got glitter in them, and these are the, the little hook kind that you just slip through your ear. But because of the tips, they're real pokey. Like when you're wearing them, I've already suggested to people, wear your hair back, like away from your ears as much as you can, because if you don't, then the hair will get caught in between here in the little grooves, or in between the rays, and your hair could it causes it to poke into your neck. Can you send me the link on your next video? Actually, I'm not real good at doing links. I don't know how to do links. Hello, Elvis. How you doing? Yeah, no, glitter's not evil. It's the person that's using it that makes it evil, is how I feel. The only reason anything really should be considered evil is if it's used in a negative way. That's all. Make sure no bugs are crawling around in my lid here, because I got my bottle open like a dummy and shouldn't have.
Says in 2022 there were 7,785 car thefts in the city, and that number went up by 22% over 2021. They say the majority.
But yeah, it is. It is difficult to.
Chief Bryant says in 2023, CPD plans to increase.
Pouring the rest of my pop in my bottle here.
To stop youth violence.
But then the kids that are on that level, the ones that are kind of thinking about it, that are in that circle, we got to get to them. We got to offer more youth programs. There's so many things that we have to do, but it's not just about the police. It's about the entire community.
Sorry, I still haven't made it to Cleveland to even see you, honey. Honest. But it's, like I said, it's difficult because you know, there's a lot of chaos and everything that goes on around here most days. And being a Blue Phoenix like I am, that doesn't help. So I've categorized it as extreme highs and extreme lows, meaning during the high chaotic times, it's like a flurry of things happening, but it's at least happy energy, you know, is about, and that's always feels good. But when it's the lows, it's when it's like, it seems like one thing after another is going wrong. That's the lows, and those are not so fun. But here in a few, I'm going to probably be headed downstairs. I'll keep the live going though. So Chris can watch his MASH and stuff, and I got to go down and spend some time with Maria's cats, with Norma's cats, because I'm, you know, watching them and taking care of them while she's gone. She gave me a key to her apartment, which I've had for a long time. And she's like a sister to me. She's, you know, her and I have gotten really close in the past couple of years that we've known each other. So now some of the resin pieces in the future, that's just the first set that I've done. Some of the resin pieces in the future, I will actually have crystal bits inside of them, which I've already done a bunch like that. Not the pieces I just showed. Because see, I've got other pieces too.
Some showers headed to parts of Central Ohio tonight.
And Storm Team 4 meteorologist Ben Gelber is in tonight for Dave to give us your most accurate forecast. So, what's on the way?
I got these, which are crescent moons. Got these, which are tiny stars. And I got these, which you can wear as a necklace. Got square ones, round ones. These are from some molds that I just got recently that are specially designed to make jewelry.
Seeing a much more concentration rain than we saw even a half hour ago. So hang on to the umbrella. And then back in the colder air, the storm's been spinning around for days in the upper Midwest as a snowstorm. Some of that cold air will funnel in and change our rain to snow, especially after midnight. It's already down to 38 at Kenton, 48 at Piketon. The cold air is on the way. We'll talk about how cold it will be and if we'll see any more snow coming up.
All right, thanks, Ben. Ahead, an Ohio State football fan favorite is set to return next season.
It is.
Details on Maya Williams' decision
because there's days when, you know, you just feel so drained, you know. Hey, art is good. You know, that's a good hobby. It's, I have dabbled in art a little bit myself, but I've only done a few pieces on canvas, and I guess they're okay, but I've never really showed them on here or anything. I guess I just never thought of it and didn't see the point because they're not that good. But that kind of stuff, it gets into...
So this study is called ROAR LCT, or Resiliency Among Older Adults Receiving Lung Cancer Treatment. I think of the care plan is more than just the cancer treatment.
It's hard for me some days to, you know, have the energy just to get through the day. And the art stuff, you know, you have to have money to be able to get your materials so that you can do your art. And I crochet still, but that's among the hardest for me because I have carpal tunnel in both wrists. Which is definitely not fun, and especially my left hand here because it's got permanent nerve damage because of an attack that happened years ago in the back of my building. I won't go into details, but I've talked about it on other lives.
I need some positivity today. I'm trying to cover this.
Yeah, exactly. I've thought many times about thanks. I've thought many times about going back to school myself, hon. You know, taking some classes, take a course. I have my parapsychology astrology diploma, but I haven't really been able to do anything with it. And I've thought about having a series on here about that stuff to see if I could, get some interested parties. But sadly, that's one of those occasions I would have to do public so anybody could watch the videos. And I'm really afraid of what we call trolls, bad people that get on your live stream and that cut you down and that cut down what you're doing. And, who knows? I mean, just foul mouth, rude, obnoxious, disruptive, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not looking forward to going through that, because I would probably have to be the one to boot them out if my moderator isn't online at the time, which I only have one moderator right now, and that is my daughter Brooke, Michael's girlfriend.
The 4 teenagers in Bolivia are connected to the shooting death of an 18-year-old man.
Foot's itching.
The group is charged in the death of Thomas Ritzel III, who was found in his car at Saturday Road and Stone Lake
There's
Drive
just,
on
like I said,
December
it's
3rd. The suspects are between 14 and 17 years old.
we're trying to hang in
so
there.
we're
We're
not
trying to be
identifying them.
positive, but some days it's easier said than done. And
And Colleen, visibility is starting to go down a little bit.
I get discouraged a lot.
We're getting a little bit of light rain.
And there's times when, I don't know, weeks will go by, before I'll even do a live stream, because I'm always thinking to myself, how can I make this one interesting? How can I make this one not be so boring? More engaging, educational. Like this one book that I'm working out of right now. It's called The Secret, The Magic, and it's by Rhonda Byrne. They have a whole series of books, but it helps you to live in gratitude every day, which again is easier said than done, because there's days when you're just so frustrated and so discouraged and so angry because of the upset of the world,
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats, keeping our fleet and devices safe and secure.
Yeah.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile? It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
And it can nationwide 5G.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced
Well,
Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile.
with my deep sensitivity and everything, it would be more difficult for me to not let it get to me and bother me. People, the trolls started flooding the live stream, and this is boring, this is just some fat chick talking bullshit, or whatever weird, cruel shit people say. I don't want to subject myself to it. I don't want to deal with it. And I just don't feel that my content is ever going to be good enough for a high enough percentage of people that would absolutely be willing to, join my channel and subscribe and all that, give a thumbs up, turn on the bell icon. So every time there's a live stream, the bell icon goes off on your phone usually, and it lets you know this person is doing a live stream.
Results fading in the future, we will retreat you free of charge, and that's good for calls today.
Trying to think here.
Guys, it's time to get your love life back.
Put a stop to your erectile dysfunction. Call today, Thursday, January 5th, and you'll
Hang on.
qualify for the exam, assessment, ultrasound, and special gift free. Plus,
Let me do this.
treatments at no charge. This $800 value is free to those who call today only, January 5th. Call Parkside Medical Clinic at 614-618-4000. This offer ends today.
City School says day 2 of bus route changes is going well after some delays and problems on day 1. The district overhauled the
I'm just going into another room, so I don't have to worry so much about disrupting Chris and, watching his news. And the only other place available is the bedroom, because it's away from him, and that way I can talk on a little more normal of a level. Hey, Squeaky. Here's my kitty cat. See my kitty cat. Carmela. That's my squeaky girl. That's Mama Squeaky Girl. Yeah, hello. She was in here sleeping. I'm not trying to do YouTube because I'll try to hurt their feelings because I have trouble no say BS to people who say dumb thing. I fight trolls with logic. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of one of those, if you don't think you can handle it, don't do it. I don't blame you at all. I can only speak from experience when I say that, yeah, it's not easy holding your tongue with some of them because they just get so mean. Anyway, yeah, there's kryptonite, right? Is you know how to get to them, but that's great. But then, YouTube is liable to yank your videos and, take them down and this and that. And to be honest, I'm surprised they haven't done it to me yet. Because I do a lot of cussing and swearing. I try not to, but some days I just can't help myself because I'm so angry about whatever it is that's bothering me, at that time and that moment and everything. But it's hard, being a YouTuber and having good content and getting people to watch and keeping people engaged and, entertained or whatever. I mean, I'm just me. I'm just being me. I'm not here to put on a show. If they don't like my content, don't watch. That's why I mostly do subs, which means subscribers only can view this. If they're not a subscriber to my channel, they can't view it. And that's how I keep that mess down because I don't need it. And I definitely don't need stuff discouraging me even more to the point that I don't want to YouTube at all anymore. It's a social media. It's a way to be creatively expressive. I'm just petting my kitty cat. Petting my squeaky girl. Squeaky girl. She's in a lovey mood. So, but yeah, like when we were talking to Michael, I think it was earlier today on the phone, he said, this is what we need, Mom. He said, I'm relying on you guys. We got to show this judge that I have this support system in place, that I have plenty of places to go as far as where I'm going to stay. I have jobs lined up, but here's the thing. The job part of it is going to be by far the hardest because how can we do that when he's not had a job outside of that place? You know what I mean? It's like how he's learned in there, but is he going to be able, is it stuff that he's going to be able to apply out here? And if so, then he's going to have to dress the part. He's going to have to act the part. He's going to have to be himself, but be professional. You don't go into these interviews. Hey, what's up? How y'all doing? You got to go completely professional mode. And you got to be dressed to the nines like, you're a banker, a CEO at a freaking bank franchise or something. But, so a lot of what he's asking can be done, but then a lot of it can't. And Chris said something about modifying this template letter that Michael's wanting us to use, I guess, towards, he wants to come home. He wants to get out of there. And we want him to be able to come home and get out of there for sure. I mean, he's given that place like 12 years of his life already. And he's losing out on all the stuff out here and family and, Brooke and just different things. And, whatever helps keep him going, I hope every day, and I pray every day, please help my son survive this. Help him stay strong and get through this and help us get him out of there so he can come home. Excuse me. Because we don't know how much longer my mom's going to be with us. She's 91 years old. It's a blessing every day that she's still with us because people tend to, the lifespan of people in my family can run into the 90s. And I think my last grandpa that passed away many years ago. He was 91 or about to be 91. So I worry sometimes too much about my mom, and I really shouldn't, because I don't want to end up manifesting something that causes her to get worse or come down with some mystery illness or something just out of the blue and then it kills her. I don't ever want to see anything like that, and I certainly wouldn't want to be responsible for manifesting anything like that. But my brother being there as long as he's been there, staying with her and everything, because he don't want to go back to Kentucky. The weather hasn't been making things any easier, because some of the weather I heard is like real bad down in different parts of Kentucky, and I don't know if it's parts that he would have to go through to get back to his daughters where he's currently living, but they're not getting along. And she said, you got to go. She's pretty much told her own dad that he's got to go. And he has nowhere to go is the thing. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I can't make it my problem. It certainly isn't my responsibility. That's Carl. That's on Carl. He's been trying to find a place. He's been trying to look for apartments and different things, but they're so outrageously expensive that he doesn't think that he's going to be able to do it, by himself, because he only gets like $1,500 a month, I think now. He finally got his SSI and stuff. But that $1,500 a month ain't nothing if your rent is $1,000. You know what I'm saying? It's like, are you going to be able to live on that $500 every month? Are you going to be able to cut costs? Are you going to be able to keep yourself in food, electric, keep your bills on, keep your, how are you going to get around? You got to keep gas in your car, and just stuff like that. So I don't know what he's going to do. I think he tried to get permission from one of his friends that's been a friend since I was little. So he's been a friend for a long time of the family, and he's in bad shape too. And I think Carl actually talked to him recently and said, hey man, can I come and live there? Can I come and stay there? Because I have nowhere to go, because his mom will not tolerate Carl being in that house with her, because my mom and Jim, the friend of the family that's been with us since I was 17, him and mom are the only ones on the lease, and their rent is expensive there too. And it's only basically, you might as well say it's roughly about, it could be considered a 4-bedroom, because there's 2 different sections in the attic that could be used as a bedroom. But the one section would be the most likely, and the section where you first walk in the door, that's where you could put, odds and ends and what have you. But then when you round the corner, you have to duck, because the ceiling is slanted. If you don't duck, you're going to whack your head, and it ain't feel very good. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what Carl's going to do. I honestly don't. But, I can't bug about it myself. I can't get myself upset about it, because there's nothing I can do. Can't take him in. And even if I had a place, I'm sorry, but I probably wouldn't, simply because Carl has a very negative way of dealing with things, and him and Chris do not get along. So that's out right there, period. And he would end up, I fear that he would become more of a burden than anything helpful, because, he's got all this money now and he can't even find a place to live. And he just expects mom to keep letting him stay there. And every day that he's there, she's getting more and more agitated, more and more upset, more and more angry at him, to where I'm surprised he's not sleeping in his own vehicle by now. And I mean, there's an apartment right across the hall from us that it's never really been verified if somebody lives there or got it or what, because I haven't heard anybody moving in or anything. But yet when I'm downstairs at Norma's place, because she's downstairs on the main floor, when I'm down at her place and I'm in the bedroom, because that's the temple room, because she don't even sleep in the bedroom. She sleeps on the couch in the front room. I don't know why. She's got a perfectly good bed in the bedroom. I've never actually laid on it myself, but I've sat on it before. It seems very comfortable. It's one of those, it's so high off the ground, off the floor, you have to literally use, at least I do, I have to use a step stool just to get up in the darn thing. But she don't sleep in the bed. She sleeps in the living room. So we turned that room into the temple. And if the bed wasn't in there, it would be a lot more spacious, and it would actually, you could turn it into like a kind of like a second living room, or you could have more seats in there to where you could actually sit down, you know, maybe have a group of people over to do ritual or spells or whatever, or just hang out, you know, sometimes just hang out, not just do anything, but, you know, sitting around, getting a buzz, talking, you know, talking about whatever it strikes our fancy, and, you know, trying to keep things positive though, trying to keep the energy positive and balanced in there. And, you know, so when we do any rituals or spells or anything like that, a lot of the time I end up doing it in the temple room. Anyway, these apartments that we're in right now are 1 bedroom only. Like, it's not designed for more than 2 people. And those 2 people either have to be roommates or they have to be lovers, because that's the only way that it would work. Because how would you, I don't know that you could fit 2 beds in this bedroom, especially not with all the stuff that I have in here right now. But then that person really wouldn't have privacy. They wouldn't have their own room. And I just don't think that would go over too well with a lot of people. And, you know, me and Chris have been together 15 plus years already. So it's difficult with even just the 2 of us. And if this is Michael's only hope and his only choice, I don't know what we're going to do. I mean, I would let him stay, but it could cause a problem with our landlord, because if our landlord decides to kick us out because we have more people here than we can accommodate, then we're in trouble, because we certainly don't have anywhere else to go. We're still waiting on the rural development stuff. We don't know if we've been qualified, but I'm trying to be optimistic and positive that we have, and that we'll be hearing from them tomorrow, ain't soon enough, saying that we can actively start bidding on houses so we can get a place that maybe could be like a 2-bedroom or a 3-bedroom, or, you know, be on a couple acres of land, because you could always build someone their own little place, you know, just away from the main house or something, you know, by a few feet, or however they decide to do it, depending on how much privacy that person wants will determine how far away from the house. Everybody thinks that, okay, let's put them out here. Will this be okay? You know, and that kind of thing. We get that, then it won't be an issue. But the way things are right now, I'm not going to turn my son away, but my mom is really our only hope of where he could possibly stay while he'll get a job up at the Kroger, because he can just walk to work every day. He can walk to work and walk back, because my mom lives on the street that the Kroger, part of the Kroger store, is on, because it's mainly on Broad, but the side of it is on Maplewood, and that's the name of the street she's on. So he could, you know, that would be a convenience, because he could just walk to and from work every day. He would probably start out bagging groceries. And then as they got more familiar with him, and he got familiar with everybody there that he has to work with, and decides what shifts he wants to be on, or shift, or, you know, like if it's going to be a certain shift from a certain time every day, or if it's going to fluctuate from time to time. But again, I'm hoping that my mom will say yes in her apartment, because she has a bedroom and a perfectly good bed that's not being even used. It's not being slept in. And when Brooke was here last year during December, she slept in there. She took her suitcase in there. That was her little room, you know. So that's really the only 2 main options that we have. Pastor Toby, he might be willing to work with mom and understand the situation. And, you know, Michael's going to want to make up that time with family anyway, because we haven't gotten up there to see him a whole lot. And sadly, 9 times out of 10, it's because the money just is really tight, and it's just really hard, especially now with the bullshit you have to go through just to get a visit set up. It's ridiculous. You have to go through the GTL people now, supposedly, I guess. And I don't know how to do that. Brooke knows how to do it, but I don't know how to do it. Chris could probably figure out how to do it to get a video, to get a face-to-face visit set up because Michael's wanting me and one other person there January 19th, or at least that was the original plan. Because he's graduating from whatever job he was working in there. I think he was working in the kitchen or something, and it's a graduation for that. But then now he's talking about maybe holding off until March because Brooke's coming back in March, and she's going to be here for 12 days again. So she's got to get some babysitting sorted, see who's going to be willing to keep her boys the 12 days that she's here. Probably family or whatever, because that's how we did it before. We would get her from the airport, we would take her back and everything when it was time for her to go back, and we would stay by her side as long as we can until she goes through that gate. And when she goes through that gate, we can't follow. But to get on the plane and to board and all that. So I would love to be able to make it up there January 19th. Michael has definitely given us plenty of notice to do so. But the money's just not there. It's just not there. It's like, how are we going to eat, Michael? How are we going to eat or drink? I have no money in my account right now. I have maybe $30-some in my savings, but I really don't want to touch that. And in gas alone, just to be able to get us all the way up there to the Marion Correctional and be there for several hours and then come all the way back, that takes a lot of gas. In my opinion, it takes a lot of gas. And it's if the money's not there, it makes it hard to do these things. And then he gets mad at us or disappointed or feels let down or, that we're not trying hard enough. It's like, Michael, what do you expect us to do? Thumb our way there? I mean, like, that's going to work. I'm not hitchhiking. Forget that. My nose itching me again. So I don't know. May have to wait until March. But knowing him, he's probably trying to arrange it to where he wants to do the graduation around the time that Brooke's going to be here. And as soon as she gets off the plane and we get her from the airport and everything, I want her to be able to come home, have, relax, not have to do anything, just unpack or whatever if she wanted that night, or just slip into something more comfortable, relax, have some tea, just kind of chill. But I've already cleared it with my mom that she's going to be staying at mom's this time, because last time she stayed at Maria's, and I really didn't want to do that to Maria again. Not that Maria would mind, but then I don't know, because I don't want to assume that it's okay just because she's allowed it to happen once. She's still in New York. She's not even coming back, Maria, until tomorrow sometime. So we're going to have to go get her from the bus stop, and then we're going to have to bring her back, and she's going to have extra luggage than what she left with, because she went up there to spend the Christmas holiday and New Year's with her family. They've been wanting her up there for years. She finally went, had a ball, been still having a ball, which I'm glad. But because of the fact that she's been gone that 2 weeks, I've been down there primarily the one taking care of cats. I'll go down there sometimes and just sit with them, and be there until I feel like, okay, I'm going to bed, I'm calling it a night, and then I'll come back up here and I pretty much stay up here for the rest of the night, which, works out because at least, I'm spending part of the time down there, but I'm also spending part of the time up here because I have responsibility up here as much as I do downstairs. So once Maria's back, that will take a tremendous weight off of my shoulders, because then it'll be one less responsibility that I have to worry about, so I can breathe a little easier, so I can have a little more time. And I still need to come up with some type of a workable schedule of going down to her place at least maybe once or twice a week to do magic, to keep the magic circle strong, to keep the building protected, everybody in the building protected, keep any of our packages from being stolen. And I'm waiting on this parcel from Brooke, and I'm getting really, really anxious about getting it, because we don't know how long it might take to get it, and I don't want somebody walking off with it. Yeah, it is. It is frustrating because, of course, we want to see Michael. Of course, we want to go up there, but he needs to bear with us here and understand, Michael, we just don't have the money, son. How are we going to eat when we're there? Yeah, Grandpa's willing to give us $50 for gas, but how are we going to eat? Are we going to have to use part of that $50? Most likely. It would probably take anywhere in the neighborhood of maybe about $30 just to fill the tank, and then that leaves you 20. I mean, what are you going to do with $20? How are you going to feed 3 people for several hours? It's like, Michael, you need to be rational here. You need to give us a little bit of understanding and a little bit of break. Of course, I want to see my son. I haven't even been able to set up video visits because I'm telling you, I think they're ridiculous. I don't like the way that they get fucked up. Sometimes you'll be talking and everything will be fine, and then you lose connection, and then it reconnects, and then it disconnects, and then it reconnects. And sometimes you don't even have audio. Sometimes, the video freezes. I mean, what the hell can you do? I think it's a waste of time, and I think it's a waste of money. It's not that I don't want to see Michael. Of course I do. But the video visits, I don't like them. I don't like them. They're too much of a fucking headache, and it's just not quite the same as being there face to face. But said he's gonna be calling us like every day till he runs out of money, because he's only got like $10 on his phone right now. And he's going to call us a little bit each day to see if we're running around like chickens with our heads cut off, trying to get all this stuff together. He's expecting us to get together that we may or may not be able to do. And then he's going to get upset about that. And he's going to take that out on us. And it's like, look, Michael, you seem to think that we can do all these things, and you're asking a lot. It's not that we're trying to let you down. It's not that we're trying to disappoint you or not give you that support. You have our support. It's just, we don't know how to make all this work. I mean, we have no guarantee that we're going to even get a handful of names of places, jobs and stuff that would offer him employment when it's out, and, places to stay. So as long as we can get the names and addresses in there so the person can verify this is a real person, this is a real address, he's got places to go. But I know Michael, and I know you do too. He's going to, first place he's going to go to is it's going to end up being grandma's. And what if grandma's not okay with that? Again, I don't think she would do it in the spirit of being hurtful to him or saying, she just don't want him there. It's like, yeah. Just remember, sweetie, if you do that, try not to send him. I think he said don't send him any more than, I think it's like $25 each time or something like that, because he's only going to get a fraction of that money. The rest of it's going to go in court costs. They're going to take it. He'll be lucky to get any of it. But if you send too high of an amount, again, court costs are just going to take it. So try to only send him, 20, 25, no more than that. And just, I will try to let him know, that, hey, your brother in Cleveland is going to try to get his old job back so he can send you some money, so you can maybe keep minutes on your phone. So at least we can have contact with him that way. My neck is killing me. And I really should get myself downstairs, spend some time with her cats down there. So, and I have to take like several things with me to even do that. So I have to take my purse. I don't bother taking my power cord because most of the time I'm only down there for a couple of hours anyway. So sorry for all the darkness.
I'll be here as long as it takes.
And as for that potential deal, sources tell us there are still details.
Okay, let me grab my phone.
It still may not get McCarthy all the votes he needs. The sources telling us this is just phase one. Lester?
Get my purse. Sorry. Trying to slip me on some shoes here.
The president also said he's going to the border for the first time.
Because the keys to Maria's place is in my purse. So. Because I haven't been down there to her place but once today. And I didn't spend very much time down there. It's one of those days, I'm trying to have energy that's not really there. And I will feel so much better once my parcel gets here and it's safely in my hands. Because then I don't have to worry about somebody walking off with it. Because around here they would. There's nothing but a bunch of crooks around here in this neighborhood. Back up, guys. Back up. No kitties in the hallway. Back up. Okay, guys. Finally made it down. Welcome to Maria's place. We'll turn the lights up. There we go. So you got plenty of light. You can see me and everything okay. Hey, guys. What you doing? Is that one burnt out? I don't know. This is, of course, the living room. She's got 4 cats, too. Whoops. Okay. Just making sure I was right in the lighting the right end. Okay. I'm going to turn on, if the TV will come on. I don't know how well you can see him, but this is Tiggy. Over here is Pillow. That's Pillow cleaning himself. Jack, and Mitten are over here on the couch. You can't see them very well, but these all apartments, they all pretty much look the same. They're set up the same and everything. So I'll turn on the TV for like background noise, and there's these shows that I like to watch that they probably won't even come on until sometimes I can't get this thing to come on. It don't want to come on. And I just don't feel like fighting with it. But yeah, usually how I try to do things is try to divide up the day. Because that's the only way I can think to do it. Spend part of the time down here and part of the time upstairs. And I got wax all over her table here recently, and I feel absolutely horrid about that. It was an accident. It was, I had this candle burning, and it had burnt down as far as it could go. But in so doing, a bunch of it got on her table down here, which you can't see on a script and characters. And I'm hoping Mike and I can make an animation together, but I have some writer's block. Yeah, I can understand that too. Well, the way I understand some of what Michael has learned in that place, that if he's smart, I'm not saying that he isn't, but I hope that he's smart with it and, presents himself accordingly. But he's got computer graphics training or something, some kind of stuff they had, I guess, going on in there. And, so that would be definitely a good job. And it would pay good money too, most likely. So just bear with me while I'm getting this wax off of here. And Maria, you will see probably in a future live stream. Her mannerisms and she tends to act, I don't know. I don't want to say childish, but childlike. Because she's like 63 years old. She's 63 years old and she suffered a stroke, and it rewired her. It rewired her brain. It messed her up. Like there's certain things that she can't say. There's certain words that she can't pronounce. Because of what the stroke did to her. And sadly, as if that ain't bad enough, you know, having a stroke is definitely horrible. But she had it while she was pregnant for one of her kids. And, you know, it ended up causing him, I think, to be a seriously preemie baby, because she had the stroke when she was pregnant for him. He's fine. He turned out fine. He's got a good job. He's working at Amazon. I'm just trying to get this wax off of here because there's a lot of it. Because I picked this thing up and I shouldn't have, and the wax just went everywhere. It went all over me, all over this corner of her table, and just it's a mess. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to wait until this stuff solidifies before I can even begin to try and get it off of here anyway. And now that it has, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get it off here. Because she's coming home tomorrow and she's going to have a lot of cleaning that she's going to have to do in her place, because part of my job was mostly to come down and take care of her cats, you know, which I've been doing. And there was no arrangement where I'm going to be cleaning this house from top to bottom and keeping it immaculate like she does every day. Because that's just the way she is. It's like she can't, it's difficult a lot of times for her to relax. Because she I guess she's one of those routine people in the sense that, you know, she likes to stick with her routine. And if part of her everyday life and existence is getting up and cleaning her apartment every day from top to bottom, then, you know, I say go for it. It's not a bad quality to have at all. Okay, I got all the wax off of there for the most part, because this is a really nice table, and her cats have already destroyed it because they've decided that the legs of the table is a scratching post, even though they're not supposed to be using it for that. And a lot of times, you know, when I come down here and I sit down here during the day, it's a lot more peaceful down here. It's quieter. And it kind of, it helps me to feel like I have my own place again. I didn't tell you, someone hacked my Facebook account and they sent one of my friends their number. And when I called them, they said I was mean for going off. Huh. Well, that definitely don't sound like fun. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, that's happened to a lot of people. And that's a lot of why I don't get on Facebook, because I don't want somebody hacking my account. I don't need that hassle right now. Hey, Tiggy. How you doing, girl? Hello, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys, that it took me so long to get down here this time, but Auntie Janet is just got a lot going on, a lot that I'm trying to catch up on that I've been putting off for far too long, and because there's so much and I've let it go on for so long, you know, and not by not getting it done, meaning Um, it's even harder now to make up for it, and try to catch up on all the stuff, especially even like magic related stuff that I haven't been able to do in a while because I've been so busy with other things. Like, on the 3rd of every month, I have to go to the bank to get my mom's money for her. And then I have to take it to her and, just different things like that. Which, sometimes she'll be generous and she'll pay me for it. Other times not. But hang on, I got to go use the bathroom. I'll be back in a few. I'll just leave the live stream running. I usually do. Hey guys, I know you probably need your box needs cleaned again. I'm going to do me a bubble bath. I'm just going to. It just never happened. Marcus not home on his best buddy Lewis. Turned out to be one big fat disappointment, egotistical SOB. I still have a score to settle with him, but I'm not going to walk on that and waste my time. But I'm not going to reach out to him either anymore. I'm just not. I might leave his number in my phone, but I'm not going to call him. He makes no effort to contact me, really. And because what he did when Brooke was here last time, I've still have some very deeply hurt feelings about that because he hasn't even made any attempt whatsoever to come over and take me out, for a day. Or at least a couple of hours because I'm supposed to be his mom, supposed to be a surrogate mom. Well, I guess that was just while he was in there. And now I don't exist to him or something, I don't know. Oh gosh, I don't need this horrible pain, please. Oh man, I hate those painful ones like that. Whew. I'm back. When the poo chute says, we need to drop a load, you got to get yourself in there, or you end up pooing down your leg, and I don't feel like pooing down my leg. But then, you get that painful gas. And that stuff is just gosh awful. It feels like somebody's stabbing you with a knife and cutting your stomach open. Kind of awful. It's like, blah. But I'm struggling, with my weight. Right now, I'm on a Slim Fast diet. I've been trying to do Slim Fast shakes, and that's just the incense smoke. It's no manifestation or anything. I drink 2 shakes a day, try to eat sensibly the rest of the day, try to eat smaller amounts, try to eat healthier than, like a bunch of junk foods and stuff like that. So let me try this silly TV again. Sometimes I can get it to come on, no problem. Other times it just wants to be a problem. It don't want to. It's like you move it around. There we go. Son of a gun. Come on.
But she's really hoping that she shows Haley the best time of her life. Things will be smooth.
There we go. That'll make interesting content. Yeah. I love watching this show.
By the time the cruise liner returns to the docks, this upper-class mom will have a first-class ticket to the morgue.
This is, I think, Cruise Ship Killers. And then after this is a show called Ghost Dimension. And then other nights, it'll be Paranormal Survivor. But it's all like paranormal. This stuff isn't paranormal related. This is just outright murder. People getting, murdered on cruise ships. And it's like, man, it's not even safe to go on a cruise anymore, even if you're lucky and fortunate enough to have the money. This is, the channel is called Twist. And it's 10, I think it's like 10/7 or something like that. There's anything in front of the TV sensor, it's going to be hard to use the TV. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, she does have some stuff down there on the bottom, but sometimes even when I'm over there and I've moved the stuff and tried to get it to come on, it wouldn't come on. So.
Her 17-year-old daughter, Haley.
But, these get distracting, so I'll try not to get too distracted. It's just, it's like background noise right now. And, my favorite part is when they catch the killers that do these horrific crimes, and how many times it's actually been, kids that get their parents killed off. I saw this one time about this young couple. And the girl was a freaking psycho bitch from HE double toothpicks if I ever saw one. And she actually convinced her POS boyfriend, piece of feces boyfriend, to murder her father, and he did it. And they both got busted, though. They got caught, so I'm glad they did. But it's downright scary, the horrificness of the fact that people that you're supposed to be able to trust, and they kill you, family even some of the time. And it's like, what? And it just blows your mind because you can't believe it. They're like, they were so in love. They were so happy. What happened? And it's like, it's just freaking nightmare.
Deborah puts her extensive education to good use. Well-educated Deborah becomes a member of New York's elite, moving in high society. Her effortless ability to influence an audience during speaking.
Don't worry, this is just Pagan Mix. But it's the closest thing to the other stuff that I'm probably ever going to get. It does kind of still give you the same kind of happy in your head, but it's really harsh. It's 3 herbs that you mix together, but you have to mix the proportions right. It's supposed to be equal proportions of all. I know, they really do. And it's scary. It's like I've seen. I will never understand how people can be so cruel and heartless as to take a life like that. Or what's worse is when they kill off their spouse, they kill off their boyfriend, they kill off their best friend, they kill off their girlfriend. I mean, it's horrific. It really is. It's like, honey, we're living in HE double toothpicks. I don't know about you, but we're actually living in it because this is not a happy, friendly place. And I'm sure that, Cleveland has not really got some good spots either, but I mean, I would imagine they have some good spots there. Or is all of Cleveland bad? I don't know. I've never been there. Yeah. It's like, I wish we could leave the planet. My first place that I would go would be back home to Saturn, because I'm an ethereal celestial, and I don't know if there's many out there that will understand what that means, because I myself am still grasping what exactly that means. But I'm human, I'm an earth body and everything, but my soul is ethereal and celestial, meaning I was the offspring of a celestial and an ethereal. So my true mother and father are out there in the cosmos somewhere. They probably have since obtained the title God and Goddess, I'm sure. My mother's name, my real mother, not my birth mother here on the earth plane, but my real mother, no offense to my birth mother, my earth mother, her name's Beva. Beva is my cosmic mother. Her father was a celestial. He was an angel of some kind, I think, or something. One of the good ones, don't worry. And he fell in love with Beva, and they had 8 kids. I'm one of the 8. How I found this out was through Creepy Hollows and all the different vessels and stuff that I have achieved or have gotten from them, along with these different services where they look your stuff up and, you find out things that you didn't even, it's like, oh, that makes so much sense. But wow, I never knew it was like that. I've got vampires, I've got werewolves, I've got dragons, I've got griffins, I've got phoenixes, I've got unicorns, I've got mermaids, I've got gorgons, I've got snake-like creatures. They're spirit, but they're very real. They attune to my energy and my energy alone, based on my birth energy or my birth information, rather. And I gave them that as extensively as I could. But Creepy Hollows, I think it's a cool place. I've gotten a lot of really good stuff from there. I've gotten some really, really good, services from there. And they had these cool clubs that you can join, but you would have to set up an auto pay thing every month and have to have a card and keep money on that card so that your payment would be taken out. There's this one called Creepy Carton for $20 a month, man. If it hasn't gone up, $20 a month, you get some other kind of cool pieces. I have dreams of places that I feel at home and beings that look and behave nothing like the people here. Exactly. And I'm right there with you, son. I really am, because at least my dreams are kind of making more sense to me now, because the bizarre dreams that I'm like, what is this? You know, what is going on? But then I wake up going, why does that make sense? You know when it is a truth, especially a truth of yours, a true truth, an inner truth. I call it an inner knowing. Okay, I just know things and know about things I can't explain. But when I found this information out about myself, then I could explain it at least a little better. But I am still in the middle of that journey of discovering me and what all I'm capable of, what abilities and skills that I have that I don't even know about yet. And, you know, how many more years are we talking is the earth going to be here? Is 2024 going to be it? Or is it going to be just another prediction where people think that this is when the world's absolutely going to end and then it don't? So, I mean, think about it. What would you do if you knew we only had a year left before the world and everybody on it's just gone? What would you do? What would be your bucket list? How would you even sleep at night? I'm surprised that I can sleep at night, but I also feel like it's kind of one of those things that we really have no control over, at least to a point. If it's our time to give up this earth body and go be a warrior for, you know, whatever, then that's the way it's going to be. Our practical buildings will publish a minute taken to the end. You know, I certainly hope. No, it's okay. I certainly hope that it isn't, 2024 isn't the end. Honestly, there's a lot that I want to do yet. There's a lot that I want to experience in this life. I want to figure out what exactly I am and what I am here to do, so that I can do it, and in the end, potentially be able to go home and not ever come back to the earth plane again, because the earth plane is just too messed up for my liking. The people on it, the degrees of cruelty I myself have seen, have witnessed, have suffered. I see the way a lot of my family is with each other. My mom and my brother at each other's throats a lot of times, and fighting and arguing over the stupidest doggone things, because mom, in all honesty, she don't want him there, and he knows it. He got himself in the situation that he's in right now, and nothing is ever going to be good enough for Carl. Sadly, that is what I have figured out with him. Nothing is ever going to be good enough. Yeah. My sister, Naomi, I don't know that I ever shared with you any of the horror stories of what she's done to me.
What if 5 children worldwide are faced with the reality of living without no family dinners?
Get off my screen. I have these damn pop-ups that keep popping up right over the chat window, and it's driving me crazy. Let's see. Hey! Quit! Pillow, you need to chill out! Oh, my goodness sakes. Quit! Pillow, don't make me bust your ass, boy! Pillow! Leave her alone! See, that's the kind of crap I'm talking about right there. And we got Pillow fixed. Maria paid the $65 and whatever and got him fixed. And he's still being a problem. He keeps bothering his sisters when they don't want to be bothered. He keeps trying to play with them when they don't want to play. They're always hissing and fighting and spitting and spatting at each other, and I'm fucking tired of it. I hope the hell Maria is coming back tomorrow, because I can't take this shit anymore. I love these cats, and it's going to be one hell of a fucking thing to deal with when we move, because there's going to be 8 cats. Knock it off! Yeah. I have 4 cats and Maria has 4. So we're going to have a total of 4 boys, 4 girls. The 3 of us, me, Chris, and Maria, living together in a house. It's looking like somewhere in fucking West Virginia, which I'm partly thrilled about, but partly not, because I don't want to be that far away from my mother because I'm all she has. Jim don't do enough for her. Her and Jim are not romantically involved. They never have been. He sees her as a mother. But yet he's like a dad to me and a grandpa sometimes. I call him my Cappy Pappy. That's my affectionate name for him because he's a Capricorn like me. And he's been with us since I was 17, and I'm about to be 54 come Monday. So, that's a lot of years. And Jim don't do enough for her. He's sick right now, so that just makes him even more useless. Carl don't do much for her, and he's been sleeping in her day room and everything for the past 2 weeks, going on 3. And I know she's going ballistic. I know she's going about ready to climb the walls. And, but Carl, his attitude is, well, I'm sorry, but I ain't got nowhere to go. So, that suddenly makes it okay for you to stay here, Carl? No, it doesn't. You need to leave. If that means going back to Kentucky and sleeping in your car, then that's what you need to do. You cannot stay here another day. Because him and my mom, understandably, they do not get along. I try to love my brother, I really do, but sometimes he makes me so damn mad, I want to beat the fuck out of him. I'm just moving my phone. Chaos, chaos, and more damn chaos. That to me is probably about the worst part of my existence is all the damn chaos. And Eris, sadly, no offense to Eris, but she is a goddess of chaos. Eris, I do not need any more chaos. Can you please make the shit calm the hell down? Because I'm at my wit's end here. I can't do this anymore. Maria needs to fucking come home tomorrow, and it can't get here quick enough. I want my parcel from Brooke because I am going to live stream that. So if you can pop on, great. If not, that's okay. Just watch it whenever you can because I'm going to do a live stream to do the opening of the box because there's Christmas and birthday gifts in this box. A lot of her pieces from her TikTok shop. And if you want to check out her TikTok shop, and even if it's just, you don't even have to buy anything, sweetie, because I know you don't have any money right now. You don't even have to necessarily buy anything. Just be supportive of Brooke because in a way, she's like a sister-in-law to you because you're a son to me, you're a brother to Michael. And him and her are going to be getting married. So does that not, in fact, make her your sister-in-law? Yes, it does. So, just be on the shop. Just hang out for a few minutes or something if that's all you can do. I subscribe to her channel, but I'm not saying that everybody has to do that. But just going to her shop and seeing what she has, and you might see some cool stuff in there that you like, that you want to get at some point in the future. There's really cool people there. You have to chat, you hear her voice, you see her hands a lot, but you very seldom do you see her. She don't like showing herself on her channel when she's not got her makeup on, but even to me with her makeup off, she's just as beautiful as with it on. So anyway, check out, the name of her, how to find her on there is, Goblin Girls Candles, and you gotta capitalize the G on Goblin, you gotta capitalize the G on Girls, and you gotta capitalize the C on Candles. Goblin Girls Candles, and she does have a website. She has some really, really inexpensive pieces, but the thing that really gets you and that messes you up is the postage is ridiculous for 2 items. Okay, but she's sending a whole parcel of a bunch of other stuff. But the main thing was 2 items that I bought that I'm going to give as surprise mystery gifts. Well, not mystery, but surprise gifts to Maria when she comes back. Because I've only got one other present for her. And these 2 items are items that I bought from Brooke's shop. Had to do it on my phone while I had my money, like I promised I would, so that I could have it when Maria got back. So that's at least 3 gifts that I can give her because she's bringing me back a 5-pack candles from New York. So
it's only fair to have a couple of gifts here for her. And she don't know I bought these 2 items, but just those 2 items came to like $50 some, and the postage for those 2 items was $18. I'm like, holy mother of wow, that's expensive as HE double toothpicks. Whoa, but even if I can only do it once a month, I will absolutely sign up and do it once a month. I will order stuff from her shop, from her website once a month. And at some point, whenever she can get the money to send the parcel, she's going to be sending us, some of her stock. So that means we will have it. The shipping and handling will be way, way, way cheaper here in the States. And then, you can always order stuff from us at some point. I'm not rushing. I'm not saying, bust your butt or nothing like that. If you get your old job back, good for you. If you don't, you find another job, at least it's something, honey. At least it's something. If I had your physical address, if you want to send it to me on my phone, because I don't remember if you ever did or not. And there's another mystery person on here. Hi, mystery person, whoever you are, even if you don't show yourself. Hello, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. But you will be able to order from us. If you order from us, it'll be a lot cheaper. And then you'll, we'll be able to send it to you a lot quicker than it coming from England, because they have to do airmail from England because it's another country. So this parcel I'm waiting on, she said it could take a week to 2 weeks, and tomorrow will officially be a whole week that I've been waiting. So I'm really, really anxious. I'm really excited because there's gifts in there for me, Crest, and for Maria. So it's going to be probably a sizable container, and therefore it's going to probably have to be delivered by, say, like a UPS or FedEx or something like that, because you're definitely not going to fit this box in our mailbox. No way. Our mailbox is like about that wide, the slot somewhere around there, and you have to unlock it. And then, it's not a very big space. You're not going to fit a big ass package in there. And then, like I said, no rush, honey. And if you don't ever find anything that you want, that's fine too. I'm just trying to kind of let you know what's going on with the family. Yes, I have the same number. But send it to me that way, because it's going to be the most private, Goddess willing. Because people can still hack your system. They can hack your phone just like they can hack your computer. But Goddess willing, it'll get to me safely by texting it to me, your address. Now, let me tell you about this. Now, I don't know how you would feel about something like this. I can't honestly say that I've gotten any responses yet. But if you could pull it off, it may give you something to do and a way to make some money. But you got to know a lot of people. That's the main thing. I have an MLM business that is one letter. You send $5 to one person and 5 postage stamps. When you send the 5 postage stamps and the $5 to the person that's listed on that letter, then you cover their name. That letter then becomes your letter. You put your name and address. You mail it out to people and see if you get any responses. I haven't gotten any yet, but I only had a handful of people that I knew. Well, I didn't even know really a lot of them, but that was available that I thought, okay, let's give it a try. The worst that'll happen is they just won't do it. They won't answer. But it's $5, 5 stamps, one time. So in this case, if I send you one of my letters, you would send me $5 cash and 5 postage stamps. And then the letter that I send you, you would cover up my name and put your own in its place, and then mail it out to as many people as you can. According to the letter, you get this thing going, you can make 18 to 25,000, and I don't know what kind of span of time, because that sounds like kind of one of those too good to be true, but I had to try something. Because with my SSI and the fact that I get food stamps and my handicaps, my lower chronic back pain, my fibromyalgia, the arthritis I have all throughout my body, I've got carpal tunnel in both wrists. I'm struggling with my weight. I can't stand for more than 30 minutes at a time, and I absolutely have to sit down because it feels like someone's taking a knife to my back and like sticking it in my back and just holding it there and twisting it. I mean, it's so debilitating that I cannot take another single step without being in excruciating pain, almost like somebody's fucking hit me in the back with a ball bat. It's that bad. So I'm never going to be able to work any kind of job other than something like an MLM business where there's very little movement involved. The only movement really is to get the letters out in the mail. This way I can also send you a belated, not birthday, but Christmas card. And I will send you one of these letters, and just so you can see what it is and see what you think about it. You don't have to do it, honey. This is just an idea that I'm throwing out there. And I know you don't have any money right now, but even if you just like maybe send me the $5 and 5 stamps somewhere in the future when you have the money to do it, that's fine. Every little bit helps. But if you can turn this letter into your letter right now, and you got enough people that you can mail it out to that are going to be the most likely to do it, then you might be able to make a little bit of money that way. At least it's some pocket money for now. I mean, that's better than being dead broke, right? And I mean, look at me. I've got, let's see, $31 if I'm lucky in my wallet right now. And what can you do with $31 nowadays? A big nada, a big whole lot of nothing. That's probably going to put gas in my tank of my car just to keep us going because of all the appointments that we have to go to during the week. Or at least it's more Chris and Maria than it is me, because Maria is also diabetic. Chris, he suffers from clinical depression. He has COPD. He won't stop smoking cigarettes. His health is not the greatest. Mine's not the greatest. I'm trying to improve mine. But it's a long, hard struggle when your partner isn't supportive and don't help you in ways that they could because they don't even try. Chris is too cynical. He's got too much of the attitude that, all the idiots on the planet should be killed and, Virgos should rule the world. I mean, he don't. And with his social anxiety, that just makes it worse. This is all I smoke is my pagan mix. I don't smoke tobacco cigarettes. I never have. But if you want to know the 3 herbs that I'm speaking of, skullcap, damiana, and colt's foot, you can find them, look them up online or whatever. And, but I can't tell you the proportions because I'm still fine tuning it myself, which I've been doing for years. Sometimes I can get it get it about right. Other times it's a little too weak. Other times it's a little too strong. It's really maybe more of a headache than you want to mess with, which I would understand. I don't blame you if you decide not to do it. But it's one of the few things that keeps me calm, that gives me a way to chill because I get so stressed. Especially when the bad chaos stuff is going on all around me, and, being deeply sensitive, being empathic, being a blue phoenix, I'm deeply volatile emotion a lot of times. Like there's certain commercials that I can't watch without crying. Okay. It's that, I don't know, severe, some people may say, or deep or whatever, but it's not, it's a gift. You just got to learn productive ways to use it, creative ways to use it to where nobody is getting hurt in the process kind of thing. And certainly don't hurt yourself, if you can help it, because it's just not any fun. I mean, we live in a messed up world. I think cruise ship killers are still on for the next 10 minutes. Thought my other one was coming on. Well, maybe, yeah, but I do have a deep sensitivity, and sometimes it can be a burden. Other times it can be the greatest thing, but because I am so deeply emotional, my feelings get hurt easily. I can't handle fat jokes or anything like that because I've already accepted the fact that I'm overweight. And I am struggling to bring it down just for health reasons. But it's so hard to do when you've got so much stress around you all the time, and more times than not. And one of the few times that I get any kind of a break or anything even significantly remotely like a break is when I'm down here and I have the place to myself, because I only had my upstairs apartment to myself for 7 months. 7 months. That's it. Before I let Chris move in. And well, here we are 15 plus years later. And I'm like, I need a break. I need a vacation, and never have any money to do it. Never have any money to get one. So I was very hopeful for this MLM, but so far it hasn't yielded any responses. But another problem is I don't know enough people, not to mention people that are like-minded enough that they would be willing to do it, and we can really make this thing work. Because yeah, granted, what you have to do if you do decide to do it, or you do decide to just use the letter for your own, you have to make copies of it so that you can mail those individual copies out to friends, family. Like I said, anybody you think would be the most likely to be willing to do it. And at least maybe you would get a little bit of pocket money. But sometimes, you know, you could send out 50 responses and you'll be lucky if you get a handful. Because money is it's so tight for so many of us nowadays. Even $5 is a lot for some people. And I'll be the first one to say, yeah, I can relate to that. I can totally understand that, because there's been times when I didn't even have $5 in my pocket. Too many times, you know. Like I said, sweetie, I'm not trying to pressure you or nothing like that. I will send you the letter. You can read it. You can tell me what you think of it. If you want to do it, great. If you don't, that's okay. That's okay. I'm just trying to help, you know, the only way that I really can right now. And it may or may not, like I said, yield any responses, because I haven't gotten any, and I've sent out, maybe 13, you know, and 13 just isn't a lot. I even sent one to my daughter, Alicia. I don't know if she ever got it. If she did, she's not brought it up. She's never mentioned it or anything. And I won't bring it up again, because I'm not trying to pressure anybody into doing this, because I would love nothing more as to be able to sit here with you and go, oh yeah, I've made a shit ton of money with it. No, I haven't made any. And, you know, I'm probably not going to, because I just don't know enough people. I just don't. And because of my handicaps and stuff, I cannot work a job. I would lose half of my SSI, if not all of my check, and I would lose my food stamps, and then I'd really be screwed, because I wouldn't be able to afford to pay rent. How would I feed myself? I mean, you can do food pantries, but I wouldn't want to live on that for the rest of my life. You know, have to go to a food pantry a couple times a week just to keep groceries in the house. I'm trying to be optimistic about this whole move thing, but I am not thrilled about moving all the way, if we do end up moving somewhere in West Virginia, because it's like Krista's being selfish in a way. He's thinking about his own desires, wants, and needs, and not even considering, well, what if we don't want to move to West Virginia? What if we want to move somewhere closer? You know, he won't even leave it open for discussion. He just expects us to follow suit and pick one of the places that he's picked. Well, what if I don't like those places? When am I going to get to check some of them out myself? And the rural development thing's not yielded anything yet. I mean, yeah, they've finally viewed our paperwork, but we still haven't gotten any kind of response from them saying, okay, you can actively bid on houses, you qualify, you're in. You know, we do that, then we're going to have 3 different incomes. We're going to split everything 3 ways, utilities and gas for the car and whatever else we might need to live. And then that'll give us more money. That'll give me more money. That'll give me a whole new batch of people that maybe I can give some of my MLM letters to that will actually do it. And then we'll all make some money in the process, you know. But we have been in the city primarily all of our lives. I am so much happier and so much more at ease and so much more unstressed, not so stressed and shit when I'm in the country anyways. So the travel part of it's going to be difficult, because I can't honestly say even how often I'm going to be able to come down to see my mom. And how am I going to feel if we get moved in up there and then suddenly she's gone one day, and it's like, okay, so we finally got this great house and everything, but now my mom's gone. And it's like, what the hell? You know, I don't want that. Chris, at one point, he was talking about maybe getting some places in the Hocking Hills area. At least that would only be maybe about a 2-hour drive because Ravenwood Castle is in Hocking Hills. So, you know, it's in that same area. So that I can drive. That's not a big deal. That's roughly, like I said, about 2 hours depending on traffic. But moving as far away as somewhere in West Virginia and you're looking at 5 hours, 6 hours drive one way, I'm not going to want to do that very often, if at all. And then how am I supposed to deal with the fact that I feel like I'm abandoning my mother just to make Chris happy? You know, and it's like, okay, what about my happiness, Chris? Did you ever really even truly think about my happiness? Or are you just solely in this for yourself? You know, this is what you want. And because I'm your girlfriend, I just automatically have to follow suit and be okay with what you decide. What about my decisions? Do I have any say? Because, you know, so it's going to be a conflict, because I'm going to be like, look, I'm still not okay with moving that far away. I'm not. Because, yeah, I mean, me and my mom, we might have our differences, and the world is fucked up. People are on hard times, and none of the people who run in the country won't care about others' well-being. It's a cycle where the BS never ends. Yes, it definitely is. And I'm going to go ahead and hide that one, sweetie, just because I don't know what they're going to be accepting of and what they're not, you know, because I've got I cuss like a sailor. I mean, I can make a sailor blush kind of thing. So I try to cut down on it. That's why you catch me like spelling the words and stuff, because I'm hoping that at least by spelling them, I'm not saying them. And I don't want YouTube yanking my video, you know, because I said something that I wasn't supposed to or whatever. That's why when I'm doing my lives, I'm only smoking my pagan mix. It's only ever always been my pagan mix, because there is nothing illegal about it. It is not Mary Jane Wana. It is 3 herbs that you have to learn to combine in the right way, equal parts of each, because otherwise, if you make it too strong, it gives you really bad headaches. I know this because I've been through it. Other times it's so weak, it's like it don't do anything for you at all. But because I'm a witch and I do have a degree of herbological knowledge and wisdom, how to put things together and do loose incense and, you know, different things like that, you know, then it would make perfect sense to me that I would be able to figure out this pagan mix on an herbological point of view and a way to combine. Okay, let's do 3 parts this, 3 parts this, 3 parts this. Okay, what's 3 parts? Is 3 parts 1 cup? Is 3 parts 3/4 of a cup? See, the whole measurements thing is what gets me. So all I can say is it's difficult, but I try to do it because, you know, even though I have my letter and I'm proud of my letter saying that I qualify for medical marijuana, it's still not legal here in Columbus, Ohio. So what am I going to do? I mean, I've got to have a coping mechanism. Pagan mix is my coping mechanism. At least I'm not drinking alcohol. I'm not out on the streets doing drugs. I'm not out there, selling drugs, buying drugs, or any shit like that. I'm trying to keep things as ecological as I can, like herbal friendly, learning different combinations like there's different herb combinations you can do. What they call tinctures, which is basically you have to boil the herbs down. You have to add other ingredients and this and that. But ultimately, in the end, you end up with a liquid. And it is a concentrated form of this combination of herbs they'll help with pain. You've got ones that'll help with anxiety. You've got ones that'll help with sleep. You've got ones that'll help with weight gain and weight loss. I need to start using the ones that do weight loss.
Call us now or visit getfedupnow.org today.
Yeah, and it's like, so the move is going to be tricky because I hope that we can work something out. that we can all three sit down and decide where we're okay with going, how far away, kind of find a middle ground, if you want to put it that way, to where we can cut the time in half maybe, and I can come down on a weekend and spend the weekend. But then Maria's already told me, she said, you're not leaving me alone at home with him, because her and Chris have their differences too sometimes. But Chris tends to be too sexually minded. Like, he'll tease in a sexual manner. He'll say things that he thinks a funny ha-ha that others do not think is a funny ha-ha, that think is downright annoying and they want nothing to do with, and he don't care. He does it anyway. He don't care that he hurts that person's feelings, and that's like a major issue I have with him, is because he does that. He's made comments to me that have been very hurtful. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. You shouldn't play under the wheels. That's why. Tiggy, because now you're getting hurt, baby. I'm not trying to run you over. You know that. I am not trying to hurt you, okay? Anyway, my show is going to be coming on here in a minute, hun, so I think I'm going to go ahead and stop this live stream now. I've been on here a little over 2 hours. And at least we finally got to spend some major time together this way. Thank you, mystery person. It's still showing that there's 2 people on here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. It would be nice to know who you are. I already know who you are, son. Don't worry about that. But I mean who this mystery person is, because it's saying there's 2 people on here and only one is showing. So it's like, okay. So I love you. Blessed be and all that. And I will tell Michael what you wanted me to. I'll have him get you a letter. Okay. Peace. Blessed be. Good night.